As promised, I now want to build on my earlier comments, and hopefully on yours, by offering a few ideas about future directions for the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning, directions that follow from the conception I've been arguing for. And let me be clear that I don't intend to suggest that these visions of the possible, as I'll call them, should replace good things already underway. My intent, rather, is to urge some directions, 3 of them to be precise, that are perhaps not as developed as they might be, and that I believe have the potential to strengthen this work and make it matter more. The first of these is the idea of moving the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning closer to the regular practices of teaching, the intellectual tasks in which we're already engaged as teachers all the time. And my current favorite example here is assignment design, a topic I've been working on over the last couple of years in conjunction with a U.S. organization called the National Institute for Learning Outcomes Assessment, or NILOA. We work with faculty and provide guidance for campuses that want to do this themselves on how to craft more effective assignments shaped by what we know and what we're learning about student learning, and refined over time in ways that both foster student learning and allow us to assess it. It's a good example of the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning as work that's integral to regular classroom practice. My second vision of the possible is that the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning would be more integrated into larger institutional initiatives and agendas. The point here is to push against the tendency for the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning, like many special programs, to be just that, a special program in its own little silo. A special program may, of course, be an appropriate place to begin, but imagine, over time, how this community's principles of inquiry, evidence gathering, and use could be brought to bear on important goals facing our institutions, improving retention, curricular reform, and accountability, to name just a few. These kinds of connections are what Barbara Cambridge, another former president of ISSOTL, and I had in mind years ago when we did a series of conference presentations entitled The Scholarship of Teaching and Learning in Good Company, noting the similarities between what you in this room are doing and other important initiatives and projects on campus and beyond. In short, this movement would benefit from connections and allies. My final vision of the possible is that the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning would engage students more fully as real and authentic partners. This is a theme that emerged early in the work of the Carnegie Academy for the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning, and it has taken off since then thanks to people like Mick Healy, from whom I believe you'll be hearing shortly, allowing me to leave this point for him to develop. No one has done more to advance this vision of the possible. My short version of it is that inviting students to be more reflective, active agents in their own learning is a powerful idea, and one that is totally in keeping with a big tent view of the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning. Well, my understanding is that this session comes a ways into the conference and that you've already been hard at work. So let me end by wishing you all the best with your efforts and toasting you in appropriate Irish style with a Guinness. Thanks for inviting me, and good luck with the important work that you're doing.